here today to talk to you about our newest part of our series about motivation. In this part of the series, we're going to be talking about, well, what is motivation? So let's get started. I'll do it tomorrow. It's not the right time to start this. Or maybe I don't have what I need in order to get this done. There are always reasons why we don't start things or sometimes finish things. Some of these things are barriers that we put up for ourselves. Other times it's barriers that are set up by other people or maybe our environment. It is our motivation that allows us to overcome these obstacles and barriers and allow us to reach our goals. So is it really just that simple? We just motivate and go? Or maybe there's a little bit more to it. So maybe it is that easy for some, but for many others, that may not be the case. Let's take a look at some factors that influence motivation. As we already mentioned, motivation is what brings us to motion from a rested state, or gets us up and moving towards a goal. Abraham Maslow, who is kind of seen as the father of motivations, described motivation as part of human nature. It's an internal drive that pushes us to want to better ourselves. Where does that drive come from? Motivation can be internal or external. Before we start, let's take a minute and think about something that you recently accomplished. What was it that made you work towards that goal? Was it because of a drive to prove that you could do something? Or was it because there was a reward at the end? Maybe it was both. So as we just said, motivation can come from one of two places. It can either be internal or it can be external. Let's first focus on the internal. Internal motivation is that drive from within, which refers back to Abraham Maslow's work and that urge, in a sense, to become better and to improve and to succeed. So this internal motivation, you are driven by the self-satisfaction of your accomplishments. On the other side, we have external motivation. External motivation comes from that reward at the end, so something that you're working towards. Some people may be motivated by money, so they work hard in order to get a raise. Maybe somebody else wants to be recognized, and so they always strive to be the first ones to bring a new idea to the table. So while we're talking about motivation, there's something else that we need to bring up, and that's self-efficacy. Or another way to say it is confidence in yourself. So this self-efficacy is what gives you that ability to say, I can achieve this next goal. And you can build self-efficacy or self-confidence, or you can lower it. So let's first talk about how would you build self-confidence in yourself. Let's think about playing the guitar. You wouldn't start off by saying, my first goal is to play this entire song. Because when you first pick up the guitar, you may not be able to play that song all the way through. And so you're not going to reach that goal and you're going to fail. Failure doesn't feel good. And so you're going to be less likely to try again. However, if you set a more attainable goal, say, I'm going to learn the chords C, D, E, and A. And that's a more attainable goal. And so once you achieve that goal, oh, well, I did that. Well, now let me try some more chords. Let me try playing the first 1 minute of that song. And so that is how you gain confidence in order to say, I'm going to try something else again and again and again because you've succeeded. Now, damaging self-efficacy is by setting yourself up for failure. And that's where you say, I'm going to learn to play this entire song in the first day. And that's likely not going to happen. Another thing that can happen is around New Year's, people say, oh, I'm going to lose this grand amount of weight. But they don't really set up that plan. We're going to talk more about planning and New Year's resolutions in our next videos. But you can build self-efficacy by small steps, small successes, or you can damage it by setting that far off, unattainable goal and repeated failures. So stay tuned as we talk about more goal setting, ideas, and ways to motivate.